Now, the great outdoors with Jason White.
Hello, friends. I'm Jason White. Welcome to the Great Outdoors. Happy to be here with you today. It is a cool, calm day here in southwestern Pennsylvania, and certainly looking forward to planting season right around the corner. But until then, I want to thank all of our sponsors, the Mariana Outdoorsman Association. You can join the MOA today at marianaoutdoors.com. Again, marianaoutdoors.com. 10 Mile Creek Outfitters, which manages and operates Wild Acres Farm, Fishery, and Regulated Hunting Grounds. 10mileco.org, TENMILECO.org. If you're interested in doing any guided trips, whether that's deer, turkey, if you're interested in doing any other weekend excursions, canoeing, kayaking, heck, if you just want to come and prop your feet up at the farm and have some morning coffee and just relax, we have that too. So check us out, 10mileco.org, 724-579-0924. And also I want to comment and say, if you're interested in any corporate events, weddings, parties, excursions, we have that available as well. Barn event venue available, accommodates approximately 80 to 90 people. We have a tent space to put up. A giant wedding tent can accommodate hundreds of people, roughly 300. And just an awesome place to have an event or just to kick back, relax, or to shoot that big buck. So again, 10mileco.org, 724-579-0924. Mariana Outdoorsman Association upcoming events. Got a few things happening here. Thursday, May 3rd at 3 o'clock, it'll be a trout stalking, and then we will be closing down the streams on the property from that point in time until Sunday at 12 o'clock, and basically Friday, May 2nd, Saturday, May 3rd, and May the 4th. That'll be the 2025 Pennsylvania Trout Classic fishing tournament held at Mariana Outdoorsman Association. If anybody's interested in registering for that event, it's $180. It'll be all day Friday, all day Saturday, and then Sunday it'll end at 12 p.m. Fishermen across Pennsylvania and other states are going to descend upon the Mariana Outdoorsman Association. Are you the best fisherman? Question mark. Whether you're a spin fisherman, fly fisherman, or even bait fisherman, everybody will be able to participate. There are bait sections, and then there are artificial sections. Artificial is artificial, anything artificial. That could be a plug, spinner, fly, so on and so forth. And then live bait sections, you can use worms, minnows, absolutely no dough baits of any kind, no corn, no attractants, etc. And just to kind of dive into more of the rules, it's a catch and release tournament. Barbed and or pinched hooks are required. There will be no treble hooks for the tournament. No treble hooks for the tournament. So it's got to be single hook. So you got to use single hooks for the tournament. It can still be a spinner. It can still be, spoons or whatever, but it's got to be single hooks only. So no treble hooks for the actual tournament. Fishing net, pliers, and clippers are required. Just to be clear, pliers are to not only help remove the hook, but also if you need to pinch down the barbs on your hooks, that's what it's for. There'll be cash payouts for first, second, third places based upon largest fish. Also for smallest fish, and then we will collect all the tags, and it'll be a collective tag raffle. So anybody that wants to, come out for any of that fun stuff, fish are going to be tagged, which they'll be pre-measured in advance, so we already know the sizes and volumes, etc. Maximum of 80 participants, and all this information is on our MOA Facebook page, Mariana Outdoorsman Association. Basically, you register, go through the rules, and it explains how to register. at our website, marianaoutdoors.com, or you can always give us a call at 724-579-0924. And then looking ahead beyond that, after the trout stalking and after the second annual PA Trout Classic, Saturday, June 24th, is the MOA golf outing sponsored by the American Oil and Gas Alliance. That'll be at Chippewa Golf Course in Bentleyville, Pennsylvania. Really look forward to that as well. $125 a person, $500 per team, 36 teams max. American Oil and Gas Alliance will be there. We're going to be doing a ball drop with a drone ball drop on a long drive. We're going to be doing a long putt challenge. So really excited about those activities. Look forward to certainly having everybody, and just good stuff looking ahead. So I want to dive into some stuff going on with the Pennsylvania Game Commission regarding the Certified Hunter Program. For those that do not know what that is, there is going to be tentatively right now, just save the date here. So there's new programs are going to be announced. The Certified Hunter Program. It's a new program that's going to be available. It's going to be piloted in southwestern Pennsylvania, is my understanding. I'm actually going to be doing a radio show later in May with Pennsylvania Game Commission. They're going to come on with me and kind of dive into and give more of the details, all the nitty-gritty stuff regarding this great program. So what is the program? So the Certified Hunter Program essentially is going to create more access for hunters to get to private landowners. A lot of private landowners do not want to enroll in the pre-existing Game Commission programs because they just didn't want, to open the floodgates to their private property and let a million people on. And then, there's really not good quality management practices. The entire idea here is that the folks that would like to access more land, basically, I'm going to compare it to coal mining. You're basically going to take like a refresher class or refresher course. What all is going to be in that, I don't really want to, I guess I'm going to speculate a little bit, but it's going to be, current laws, ethics stuff, things that you should, be respectful of landowners, open and closing gates, basic ideas, basic thoughts, nothing crazy. Once you do that I'll just call it a refresher. Then you get on a list, and once you're on a list, then it's opportunity to get onto farms that are enrolling. So our goal, just to be clear, is this is like kind of a multifaceted approach. One is to get more hunters that actually want to be ethical and are willing to do the refresher idea. This isn't about getting a list or a database or whatever for anybody's gun rights or anything like that. I just want to, in case there was ever any thought or idea that that's the case, that is not it at all. This is strictly to make sure that the people that are being vetted, is the best way to describe it, are truly vetted. No disrespect to anybody, but when you get your hunting license, a lot of people were 12 years old. They don't go into a lot of the ag stuff. They don't go into, I would say, nearly enough to tell with ethics. And obviously, look at me, I'm 38. I took my hunting class when I was 12. Clearly, there's been a lot of rules, regulations, and laws that have changed in that time period. So a refresher class is nothing to disregard or to swat at. I think it's something that's extremely important. I think it's really good for people to be up to speed on current laws and regulations. So, if you're a hunter and you want to access more land, this is going to be a great opportunity for you. You give a little bit of a time to do a refresher. It's going to get your name on the list, and then it basically presents the opportunity to connect you with farmers. Now, on the opposite side of that, from a farmer's perspective, they don't have to be in this predicament to open the floodgates to everybody. It's going to give landowners the rights to say, hey, I only want 2 hunters on my property. Hey, I'm willing to have 4. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. That's a good thing. People's rights, private property rights is extremely paramount. It's something we should never disregard or think less of. So the fact that this program is going to be unveiled in May, it's actually, if everybody would like to save the date, it's going to be Thursday, May 29th. There is tentatively going to be, at a very minimum, a morning town hall. And then tentatively the plan is to do an evening one as well. It will be hosted in southwestern Pennsylvania. It's going to be a collaborative effort with the Pennsylvania Game Commission, Pennsylvania Farm Bureau, and then all of our coalition partners that have really helped to advocate and craft these ideas, and obviously trying to connect outdoorsmen, trying to connect hunters, trying to connect with farmers. And, I'm really excited about it. The date is concrete, Thursday, May 29th. So please save that date. Again, Thursday, May 29th. There is tentatively going to be a town hall in the morning and then again in the evening. The location has yet to be determined, but I can assure you it is the 29th and it will be in southwestern Pennsylvania. We're nailing down the details on the specifics of a location. So, again, there will be a morning, and then tentatively there's going to be an evening town hall. To my understanding, the morning is going to be more geared at the farming community, for farmers to get on these lists and kind of give the updates. Evening tailored to hunters, but I just want to be clear, the door's open. So if your schedule will not allow you to make one or the other, come to whichever one you can, because we would love to have you. I think it's very important that, people become more informed, connected. The more we can connect farmers and hunters, it's going to help better with wildlife management, and not to mention the pros, obviously, for people to enjoy the outdoors, and social and economic benefits as well. So really excited about this. I cannot stress to you enough. There's been a lot of conversations over the past 12 plus months regarding this particular idea. I'm really thankful and appreciative of the Pennsylvania Game Commission Board of Commissioners, especially one particular commissioner who deserves a lot of credit for this program, and that's Commissioner Bob Schwalm. He is truly a defender of sportsmen and the great outdoors, and he's very compassionate and caring towards, obviously, the agricultural community. So to have such I would say, a great opportunity to connect hunters and farmers, how awesome is that? And we're addressing crop damage, and we're addressing the needs to open up more land. We're addressing the concerns of private property rights and not wanting to open the floodgates to every human being on the planet. Hey, everybody wins here at the end of the day. So really excited about this. It's going to, again, be a pilot program in southwestern Pennsylvania. And then obviously the goals and ambitions are to expand it, statewide. But due to the, I would say that the Southwest PA has been really, really bad with crop damage, extremely bad. And there's, you kind of, I hope everybody understands it is across the state. You don't want to, you don't want to put the cart before the horse. You got to work out the bugs in anything. So I hope everybody will be understanding, and, once things are kind of fine tuned, then they're going to take it to the next step. But it's kind of like a trial, and I'm looking forward to helping in any way that I can personally, and through the Farm Bureau. Looking at ag tags and DMAP. So this past Saturday, the Board of Commissioners also voted, which was the 12th of April, at their quarterly meeting. So they voted to make some amendments with the ag tags and DMAP programs. Basically, there were two big changes that I'd like to hit on. One was there used to be a 4 coupon / tag limit for those programs. They got rid of that. So basically, like, say you had a scenario that you were allowed to harvest 20 antlerless deer from your property. Whether that's ag tags or whether that's DMAP, it's irrelevant. The premise behind it was it used to be that you had to, for every 4 tags, you had to have a different shooter. That's gone now. So if you have 20 tags, one person can do the entire management plan for you. If that becomes an issue, certainly, you can get 2 or 3. But the point being, one person doing a 4 tag, excuse me, 4 tag limit just wasn't working. I know from experience. The less people you can do and rely on to hit your numbers, you're actually better off, because trying to wrangle up one person for every 4 tags, it's not effective. It's not efficient. To be honest, it just doesn't work. So really, I'm really thankful that this is being amended. The next thing, and I think this is huge. So late season would be like your flintlock season, etc. So on your deer management assistant program properties, anybody that enrolls in that program, basically during the late season, starting December 26th till the end of January, whatever the date is, I apologize. You're going to be allowed to use a high-powered rifle. That is a massive change in a good way. That is not statewide. That's not everywhere. Public lands and different places, obviously, that are not in the DMAP program will still continue to be flintlock, and those traditions, if you so choose to utilize them, will be there for you. But hypothetically, let's. So why is this so critical? Well, let me give you some scenarios here. Let's say that, for example, I'll use my piece of property because I like the DMAP program. I just functionally do not want to go out shooting deer in the summertime in the heat, and it turns into like a 4th, 5th, and 6th job that I don't need. But if I can try to manage all my deer harvests during the hunting seasons, it's just a lot more effective and efficient. That being said, I don't see archery season as a viable deer management tool. I honestly feel it's more of a choice and a pleasure factor for me. Not to say that you can't go out and shoot, obviously deer with a bow and arrow and that be effective. You can. It's just the time, the effort. You're basically shooting one deer when you let the arrow fly. In the capacities of a rifle, let's be honest. If I have 20 deer in a field, I could probably get away with shooting 2 or 3 with a higher powered rifle. That's almost, I don't want to say that's guaranteed, but you understand what I'm saying. The probability to be more successful and to achieve your management goals in less time is ultimately what everybody should strive for. So when I give the analogy of myself, or the comparison of myself, we usually shoot a few in archery. Rifle season, I'm really trying to shoot what I can. But like last year, I had 20 tags. I think I got up to, between archery and rifle season, I think I achieved 8. Don't quote me on that, but I think that was the number. And that being said, I was still short 12. Then comes late season. Well, I can assure you, I am not going to fill 12 tags with a flintlock. It's just not going to happen. I mean, holy smokes. If you shoot one, you're lucky. Not to say that that's you can't get more than one. But again, I would say a bow and arrow is probably more effective and efficient, in my opinion, than a flintlock. Again, that's my opinion, but I just feel from personal experience, I would rather be more reliant on a bow and arrow than I would be a flintlock. That no longer has to be the case. So, like I said, I think this past year we shot, I want to say 2 in archery. I think it was 6 in rifle season. And so let's say in rifle season we got 6 in 2 weeks. Do the math. And that then leaves you the end of December all the way into now the end of January. So you're basically picking up those extra weeks, 4 weeks to use a rifle for antlerless deer. It's tremendous. I think it really expands the opportunity for specific property management. You truly are hunting with a sniper rifle to meet your management goals. And I want to stress with this, what we're talking about here, these are antlerless doe only. They are not bucks. The only time bucks can be harvested in the state of Pennsylvania for crop damage is under the crop damage program, which is an actual law. That what we are talking about has nothing to do with this, or that has nothing to do with that. We are specifically honed in on right now the DMAP piece of the puzzle, which is during your actual hunting seasons. And again, I stress to you, I don't really feel archery or flintlock are necessarily your key management tools by any stretch of the imagination. Not to say, not to say that they're not tools. They are, and not to say that you can't obviously harvest deer with them. You can, but to be effective with your time, efficient. If you go out for a day, one would hope you're going to shoot 2, 3, 4 deer if possible, if feasible, if your situation allows and can accommodate. If not, certainly, the scenarios of having more time now till the end of January, it's huge. So I'm really excited to the collective of what we've talked about today alone between this certified hunter program, huge, massive change. The segues of what was of having your property open to everybody. That is changing. Secondly, the ideas of where we are right now with the ag tags and the DMAP programs, those are changing. So I'm really excited about that. And just this certified hunter program, again, I want to reiterate, it's awesome. I'm really glad to see that we're vetting people, doing refreshers. I think that's a great way to reference it. We do annual refreshers again, like I said before, in the coal mines every year. They have quarterly refreshers, and then you have your annual refreshers as a collective whole to meet the required time you need in a year. Again, I'm 38. Took my hunting class when I was 12. I think that the refresher idea is a great thing. I would probably make the argument that more people would even enroll for fishing access if people took refresher classes. Maybe that's an idea for the future, to establish a certified. Maybe in the future we need to have a conversation about a certified fishing class, certified fisherman. Maybe that's legitimately an idea, because more people would be open-minded to public access if they knew who was coming on their property. There's just been too many bad apples, too many bad characters over the years, and that's what if you're not a farmer, if you're not a landowner or operator, leaseholder, if you haven't experienced some of the negativity that goes with managing such pieces of ground, it's hard to describe the trials and tribulations that people deal with. Whether that's in some capacities disrespectful people passing by, people just trespassing, sometimes ignorant neighbors, disrespectful hunters. People dumping their trash or garbage off the side of the road or into a field. People just coming on the property riding quads or dirt bikes. People riding horses on people's property without permission. Heck, people coming and picking walnuts off somebody's property, or picking morels or mushrooms in general. Somebody coming and stealing your ginseng out of the woods. Some people might say, "Oh, well, that stuff doesn't happen." Well, I can assure you it does. And all it takes a landowner to get, a bad taste in their mouth one time, and they're like, "Hey, I don't want anybody on my property anymore." And that's ultimately how we got here. Is you've had all these years from when, my dad would tell me about when he was a kid. Well, you figure that was 30, 40 years ago. Things have changed. Bad experiences have happened over the years, and we are where we are. So we can all either collectively acknowledge that we as a society have made mistakes. We've not cared about people's private land rights. People have neglected. Dumping trash on people's property is unacceptable. We've ignored the fact that opening and closing cattle gates does matter. We've disregarded what a posted sign actually means. We've disregarded the fact that the amount of time and effort it takes to manage land, clearing fence lines, installing fence posts, putting up posted signs. Does anybody truly, when we even talk about posted signs, have you, I would ask the general public, have you actually ever went out and posted somebody's property? Because until you do that, you do not respect the time and effort it takes to buy the signs, staple guns, staples, nails, whatever you're using, and then take the time to walk around that entire property and properly post it, sign the names, addresses, etc. on all the posted signs. If you haven't done it, do it. I welcome you to actually do it, because it'll be a life's lesson for you and an experience of what people have to deal with to properly not only manage their property, protect their private property rights, and to prevent or deter the bad actors. So, again, I applaud the Pennsylvania Game Commission. I think that this Certified Hunter program is a giant step in the right direction. I feel that the amendments to ag tags and DMAPs, again, positive steps in the right direction. Now let's talk about the future. Now, we've talked about all these positive things. I mean, think about my episodes and shows over the past, I'll just say 12 to 18 months, where we've talked about these things, and now you're seeing a lot of fruits of the labor coming to fruition, which is massive. Let's talk about the future. Where if these changes are being implemented, where does it go from here? Well, Certified Hunter program, okay. It's going to be a pilot program, Southwest PA. Obviously, the goal will be then to refine it, make sure it's a well-oiled machine, take it statewide. Next step, statewide. Slam dunk. DMAPs and ag tag. Okay. Let's get rid of, one of the goals with Farm Bureau is to actually abolish and consolidate ag tags. What do I mean? Don't get startled. It's all a branding thing. You do not need ag tags and DMAP. The idea of ag tags right now is it's basically the summertime, and DMAP is normally the hunting season. So it's very simple. You only need Deer Management Assistance Program. That's what you need. What you're allowed to do in the summer would be one thing. What you're allowed to do during hunting seasons would be another thing. It's super simple. It simplifies it. Very, very, very effective and efficient. So we need to cut out ag tags and have one program, and what you're allowed to do in the summer and what you're allowed to do in hunting seasons would be the next goal in my mind to simplify this for everybody. Baiting. Baiting is a tool right now that is utilized on ag tag properties in southeastern Pennsylvania. If you didn't know that, by all means, go and look it up. And while I'm talking about it, just to reiterate that this is very true, because I want to make sure that you have the actual regulation. So currently, to date, you are allowed in southeastern Pennsylvania, in Bucks County, Montgomery, Chester, Delaware, and Philadelphia counties for ag tag program. You're allowed to use limited baiting activities to enhance deer control activities on their properties. Bait for use for hunting or deer control is illegal in all other areas of Pennsylvania. Regulation 147.552B. Why is this critical? This is important because it's a tool. It's a tool. It's an opportunity. I'm not saying everybody's going to use it. But we're utilizing it only in southeastern Pennsylvania, and we're acknowledging the fact that these crop damage issues are happening across the state of Pennsylvania. So what do we need to do? We need to expand the ag tag program to the ag tag program baiting idea to the other parts of the state, so that way that tool can be utilized in the summertime. Again, foundation of this is consolidating ag tags, which it is right now, which is the summertime, and putting that all under the purview of Deer Management Assistance Program. And then you would have in-season activities and you'd have out-of-season activities. So realistically, one of the out-of-season activities would be the legal use of baiting during out-of-season activities. You would not be allowed to use bait during in-season activities. I totally get it, totally understand it. I'm not trying to cross that bridge. Let's just focus on the matter at hand, and the matter at hand is summertime, out of season. We're not talking about hunting seasons. We're not impacting the wildlife during those pursuit times. So I just want to reiterate that. Other thing, speed, technology, timeliness, whether that comes to the methodologies of applying for these programs. I've talked a lot to the Game Commission about this. These piles and piles of papers got to go away. And I know they're working on it. So I don't really think I got to harp on it very much. I already know I've been told very passionately and committed that this is happening. QR codes. So, this isn't official, but I'll say it. There will be QR codes at some point in the future on the back of your hunting license. And whenever you harvest an animal, you're going to be able to scan the QR code, and you're going to be able to report your, you're going to be able to, you're going to be able to report your kill basically on your smartphone. Technology right now that we use in many other capacities of life, and everybody's I would say up to speed on. We need to utilize these tools for wildlife and crop damage management. So I'm going to reiterate this one more time, just to kind of give you the summary. So for this particular year, Certified Hunter Program will be rolled out as a pilot program in southwestern Pennsylvania. Again, I want to highlight the fact that on Thursday, May the 29th, there will be tentatively 2 town halls hosted in southwestern Pennsylvania. The time and location has yet to be determined, but those are going to be a collaborative effort of the Pennsylvania Game Commission, Pennsylvania Farm Bureau, and any other coalition partners that obviously are involved, engaged, and supportive of these activities. Certified Hunter Program will be announced and unveiled officially at this event. Additionally, the Game Commission is going to dive into and talk about the Ag Tag program and the DMAP program, all the changes, etc. There's even going to be applications, people there to answer any questions. So I'm really looking forward to that. In the future, I will let you know specifically time and location. So just kind of follow this, or obviously listen to the radio and Follow my YouTube channel. Go on our podcast, Anchor, Spotify. It's going to be. I'm gonna put it out there. The other thing I want to reiterate about looking ahead. Very, very committed to the fact that ag tags needs to be gobbled up and under the umbrella of Deer Management Assistance Program. Ag tags to me is simply nothing more than a time of year. Deer Management Assistance needs to be the goal. What you can do out of season, what you can do in season, very simple. It's very similar to seasons and bag limits with the Game Commission as it is right now. We definitely need to get to the point where we can expand the baiting opportunity for the summer months for out-of-season activities, which currently exist right now in southeastern Pennsylvania, only under regulation, and to expand that as an opportunity during the summer months for the rest of Pennsylvania. Again, I want to reiterate, this is not a conversation about hunting seasons. This is about giving this tool, which we are only allowing in Southeast PA today, to be utilized statewide. Last but not least, I want to acknowledge about the technology aspect of this, the need for QR codes, the need for the permitting applications to be paperless. This is all happening. These two different things are happening. It's kind of happening all simultaneously. I'm not going to say it's not going to be like fully operational by next year, but I would say within the next, if I had to throw out a time, 12 to probably 36 months, you're going to see astronomical technological changes within the Pennsylvania Game Commission to make everything more efficient and effective for you. With the QR codes and with the technology aspect, there's even been conversations about, apps that people could share pictures, people could share videos, people could share more wildlife information. If you've never heard of the program eBird, great program. It's actually used for migratory birds. But if you go do a little research there, basically it's a wildlife app that acknowledges, it actually uses, it's almost like AI, I guess, and utilizes to determine species, migration patterns, etc. of those animals. And great tool. We could use it for many other species and management practices. So I see this idea of that, not only the QR code, but technology expanding into more technology applications for those with boots on the ground. I mean, let's face facts, folks. Look on the internet. People are constantly sharing hunting pictures or sharing trail camera pictures. There's actually Facebook groups about trail cameras. So there's apps, the link to trail cameras. The Garmin Onyx Hunt app is a great example of that. So we'll see. But I want to stress to you all how thankful I am personally and professionally to the Board of Commissioners for adopting these changes to the Certified Hunter Program, Ag Tags, DMAP. And, I'm looking forward to the future because I see no unrealistic expectation right now. Everything seems very plausible. Everything seems achievable. I certainly have the feeling that we're all rowing in the same direction. We didn't get to this situation in a day, and it's certainly not going to get resolved in a day. And I understand that, and I hope all of you will understand that. But to see the strides and the changes that I'm seeing right now, it needs acknowledged. It needs acknowledged. It deserves to be acknowledged. The folks within the Game Commission do deserve thanks for being open-minded and considerate of everybody. Because to me, the changes are reflective of a group that's listening, a group that acknowledges that things need to change. And that's something that deserves thanks. And, I look forward to other conversations about not only future goals and aspirations within these programs, but also there's a lot of other things that we're going to be working on together with the Game Commission. Migratory birds, depredation, avian influenza, CWD, EHD. programs in schools, programs to get more children access to the outdoors. The list goes on because the more that we can do to work together, it's only going to make our collective goals of managing wildlife and giving everybody the best opportunity to engage the outdoors or to have the opportunity outdoors. I know that's not only my personal goal, but I'm sure many of you share those common threads in our lives. But on that note, I want to thank the Mariana Outdoorsman Association. You can join the MOA today at marianaoutdoors.com. Again, marianaoutdoors.com, accepting new members. Again, marianaoutdoors.com. Questions, call 724-579-0924. 10 Mile Creek Outfitters, which is part of Wild Acres Farm Fishery and Regulated Hunting Grounds, 10mileco.org, or give me a call at 724-579-0924 to book your hunt today. I'm Jason White. This is Great Outdoors. We'll see you next week. Thank you so much, and have a blessed weekend and a happy, happy Easter.